Nah, I'll let her sleep. I should look for clues about Deborah's murder, both inside and around her cabin. I should try to learn everything I can about Eric and his murder at the Verdant Street apartment building. I should look for any clues related to Jane Doe's death at Constance Hill. I should learn everything I can about the murdered deacon at the church. Eileen says that Meadow should know a thing or two about scrying mirrors. I should close my notebook first. I've had a cup, caffeinated and ready to go. Well, good enough to be seen in public, I guess. Let's see here.
This is Orson Taylor. I only have one thing to say to you. Eat shit and die. Yeah, you heard me. I'm sick of being harassed by vultures like you. Stay the hell away from me and my family.
Yeah, I get it, bud. No need to be an asshole. Let's see what this other message says.
Hey, Josh here. Busy day today, but I'll swing by your office tonight after my shift, alright? See you later.
That's better. Hopefully he can give me some insight on Pyre. Alright, that's it for messages. What's this? Pyre is the key. T. Damn. This T knows what I'm up to. The question is, are they friend or foe? My radio, with a built-in cassette player. I prefer the quiet right now. Oh God, that thing is hideous. If it wasn't for the atrocious backdrop, those could have actually provided some cozy ambiance. Good selection. I'm partial to cacti myself. Not a big fan of the flour, but roasted seeds? Yum.
Oh, my lord.
What? Did I step in something nasty on my way here?
Have you attended to your root chakra lately?
I can't say I've been keeping tabs on that one.
Oh, you're such a treasure. Oh, how do I put this? Your root chakra is dog shit. It's a really crappy chakra. If I was a doctor and we were talking about your knee or shoulder, I would suggest just cutting it off. Just cut it right off. It's that bad.
Tell me how you really feel.
Oh, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. My chakras are in balance, from my toes all the way to the top of my noggin.
That's just peachy. Look, Eileen told you I was coming, right?
Oh, you're her! Oh, that's marvelous! Oh, wow. Okay.
What the heck is going on?
I'm sorry, but I can't have such blatant discord in my home. Take this pendant, love. I need a single photograph of you wearing it. Lotus position. Find a place in nature touched by fire, earth, and wind.
I have no idea what you just said.
That's funny. See you later.
What a weirdo. If I want her help, I guess I need to find a spot to take that photo. Fire, earth, wind. No, I don't think that's a photo I need. I can't. The club doesn't open until Friday. Nah, I'm broke, and there's nothing I want to pawn. Bulky looking thing. Guess that's a necessity in a neighborhood like this. Hey there. Back again. Can I get some help?
Certainly. What can I do for you today?
I don't want to ask him about that. Do you know who Hannah Verdew is?
As a matter of fact, I do. She owns the Club of Hearts, a poetry club. I don't know much else about her, though. She moves in high circles.
Have you been to the Club of Hearts?
Sure. Great place for word connoisseurs like myself.
I don't want to show that to him. Thanks. I'll come back if I have more questions.
Very well. Good luck.
Apparently, this oddball meadow wants me to prove I've realigned my chakras. Supposedly, if I'm in the right place, I can do that by taking a picture of myself wearing this necklace she gave me. For the chakra photo that Meadow wants, I'm supposed to find someplace associated with fire, earth, and wind. Here we are, Constance Hill. This better be worth the trip. The city of Gleam in all its glory. What do you know? Nothing but grime. There's a fairly big mountain range up north. Oh, neat. I can see my office building from here. Nothing but some rudimentary makeshift seating. Well, it ain't city concrete if it isn't covered in spray paint. Well, it ain't city concrete. Looks like this place was a party spot.
Hey! You're not supposed to be here!
It's a free country, nut job. Step off before you get hurt.
Your face is all wrong! Take it off!
Christ. Cassidy junkies never disappoint. I'm not getting near that nutcase again. Looks like this place was a party spot. This must be it. This is where they found Jane Doe. No obvious clues. I'm not sure what I was expecting, but I guess there isn't much to find in this place. I've got earth and fire present here, but I didn't quite catch the wind. That should be it. I better get this back to Meadow. It's Eileen's business card. Eileen Summers, junior reporter. Her work number here might be useful. I'll add it to my notebook. There's a Bible quote printed on the back. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. John 8:32.
Wow, look at you! You're positively glowing!
Thanks, I guess. I took that picture you wanted.
Oh, that's okay. I can see that your chakra is well taken care of. Oh, aren't you supposed to have scars, though?
Scars? What are you on about? I've got plenty of emotional ones, if that counts.
Oh, never mind. I must be confusing you with someone else. Have a seat, love.
So, Eileen tells me you know a thing or two about scrying mirrors?
You could say that. I am a practicing clairvoyant. What do you want to know?
What can a scrying mirror be used for?
A scrying mirror is a powerful artifact that can be used to channel the astral realm, perform divination, and even commune with spirits.
Ah. Can you walk me through your scrying process?
Sure. First off, the room should be dimly lit, preferably by candlelight. I like to use sage smoke to cleanse the air, and then I establish a protective circle to keep any negative energies at bay. I gently place the mirror in a steady position where I can look into it without using my hands. I make sure that the surface is clean and polished. I sit down, relax, calm my thoughts, and close my eyes. I visualize my intent, the knowledge I seek. When I'm ready, I open my eyes and gaze through, not into, the mirror.
I see. And this is when you're supposed to get the visions?
With some patience, yes. The scrying is not always successful, mind you. Spirits are a fickle bunch.
Why is obsidian used in traditional scrying mirrors?
Because of its rich mystical potency, of course. Obsidian is strongly grounded in the astral plane, which makes it ideal not only as a vessel for divination, but also for protecting the scryer and cleansing any negative energies.
So it's pretty much spiritual duct tape?
Spot on, sister.
Where can I get a scrying mirror?
You're in luck. I have a spare one right here. Someone I don't like left it after a botched divination, so I'm totally fine with giving it to you and pretending I never saw it.
Sure. Thanks.
Oh, and just so you know, this is just made of painted glass. All serious practitioners use obsidian mirrors, so don't expect too much, okay?
I'll try to keep my expectations in check. Can we do a scrying session together?
Sure. I charge $250 per session. I can pen you in next week?
I think I'll pass on that one. What do you know about the Soothsayer?
Quite the enigma, aren't they? A soothsayer is a seer, a pursuer of wisdom. An obsessive search for truth often leads down a dark and twisted path. Perhaps that is what happened to our killer?
So do you think the Soothsayer is legit? The business with the mirrors isn't just for show?
Oh, I'm just a silly Wicca. But wouldn't it be goofy to go through all of that trouble just to make everyone think there's something they're not?
Yeah, I guess. What do you know about Deborah Sinclair, the latest Soothsayer victim?
I don't stay up to date on murders and stuff like that. No offense.
Are you familiar with the King of Kings Catholic Church?
No churches for me. Certified heathen over here.
Huh, we should form a club. Do you know the Azure Sky Motel?
Nope, not a motel enthusiast.
Have you heard of a drug called Pyre?
Nope, good old shrooms are my kind of high.
Huh, I can see that. Not a fan of psychedelics myself. This gal's got a truckload of emotional baggage, way too much fuel for bad trips. Do you know who Hannah Verdu is?
Of course, she's the one and only queen of the Club of Hearts.
Yeah? Are you two friendly?
Oh no, I'm just a mere patron at her club. I would be surprised if she knew I existed.
I see on this poster of yours that you're familiar with the Club of Hearts.
Yep, it's one of my favorite spots in the city.
Yeah? What's so great about it?
Oh, everything. The vibe, the poetry, the people.
Sounds interesting. I'm planning to check the place out tomorrow.
Oh, that's super neat. I'm sure it'll do wonders for your chakras. They're still pretty crappy, you know.
Ah, yeah. I bet they are. I don't want to show that to her. Do you want this back?
You should hold on to it. Your chakras still need a lot of work.
Do you want to see the photo I took when I, realigned my chakras?
Oh, no need. That photo was for you, not me.
Thanks for giving me this thing.
Oh, no worries. Honestly, I'm happy to be rid of it.
Nice dream catchers.
Thanks, love. I made them myself.
This incense here is, pungent.
Thanks. Do you want to know the secret?
Sure.
Smelling salts.
Uh-huh. I see on this poster of yours that...
Yep.
Yeah?
Oh,
Sounds interesting.
oh, that's...
Ah, yeah. What's that glowy thing on your fridge?
Don't worry about that. It's perfectly harmless.
Time for me to go. See ya.
Bye now.
Howdy!
Hey there, buddy.
Welcome, visitor. You may place your tribute to our lost legend, Deborah Sinclair, on this rock. To your right.
Oh. Great. I'll get on with that in a minute. Who are you?
Name's Randy Mulkins, president of the one and only SSS.
SSS?
Sinclair's Saga Squad, of course. From whence do you hail, fair lady?
Oh, I live over in the city. Cassidy.
Ha! I mean, which fan club do you belong to?
Oh, Sinclair Chronicles Society, of course.
Never heard of it. Must be local?
Yep. Yes, quite local. I'm Kathy, by the way. Kathy Rain.
Oh, that's a lovely name. It sounds like a character in a book.
Well, I certainly have days when I wish I was made up.
Whoa, that's deep.
Huh. Do you mind if I ask you a few things?
Always happy to talk to a fellow fan.
So, let's talk about Deborah.
My favorite topic. Don't mind if we do.
So, her death. Do you know what happened?
Well, I follow the news like everybody else. I didn't think much of the killings. These things happen. But never in a million years would I expect poor Deb to become a victim.
So, do you know the sequence of events exactly?
Supposedly, some maniac came out here and stabbed her, right in this cabin. No sign of a forced entry, so either the door was open or she let him in.
Any idea of who would want to do that to her? Did she have any enemies?
No, everybody loved Debbie. Whoever did this is a twisted, sick person.
We still have to consider the possibility that it was, one of us.
A fan? No way. I refuse to believe that.
Well, what about the fact that one of the victims was killed on the anniversary of Storm Chaser?
Yeah, that's an odd one. Not sure what to think, but in the end, only the killer knows why he chose that date.
Would anyone benefit from her death then? Some relative who would get the book royalties, maybe?
She had no close relatives, so I'm not sure who would be next in line. I'd be surprised if she had no written will, though. I bet most of that money will go to charity, benefiting Native Americans.
Have you ever met Deborah in person?
Oh, for sure. A bunch of times. Only briefly, though. At fan gatherings, book signings, and things like that.
What's your favorite Deborah Sinclair book?
Oh, man. That depends on my mood. But I generally have a weak spot for her early experimental work, like Evermore and The Guidance.
So, Do you know if Deborah was writing a new book when she died?
Oh, yes. Years in the making. Enshrouded in mystery. Now we'll never get to read it.
Do you know what it was about?
I wish, but no. Deb was tight-lipped about that one. All she stated publicly is that it wasn't a sequel.
What do you know about the Soothsayer?
Only that he took a legendary author away from us.
Do you know anything about Jane Doe, one of the Soothsayer victims?
Oh, I don't know anything about those other victims. Sorry.
Do you know anything about scrying mirrors?
Not really. I just heard that they were connected to the murders.
Are you familiar with the King of Kings Catholic Church?
No siree. I'm a Buddhist.
Have you heard of the Azure Sky Motel?
Azure Sky. Azure Sky. Nope.
Have you heard of a drug called Pyre?
Nope. Never heard of that.
Do you know who Hannah Verdew is?
Oh, sure. She's a leading figure in the Cassidy poetry scene. I always try to drop by the Club of Hearts when I'm in town.
Ah, I see. Have you met her?
An average guy like me? I wish. I've seen her from a distance in her club, but that's about it.
What's your opinion on the Club of Hearts?
Only that I love the place.
I don't want to show that. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to show that. I don't want to. I don't want to show. I don't want to.
A fellow disciple of Buddha, eh? Rock on, sister.
I don't want to show that to him. I don't want to show that to him. I don't want to ask him about that. I don't want to ask him about that. I see you brought drinks.
Yep. Perfect weather for some iced tea.
I don't want to ask him about that. That's a nice little shrine you've set up here.
Isn't it? People have come from all over the country to send Deborah off.
So, how long have you been parked here?
Let me think. 10 days-ish?
Holy Well, that's some dedication, buddy.
Hey, thanks.
I wonder if there's still any of Deborah's mail in there.
I doubt it. If there was, the cops must have taken it.
So it would be pretty interesting to have a look inside the cabin, huh?
Oh, I have definitely entertained the thought. Who wouldn't want a closer look inside the famous cabin of Deborah Sinclair?
So why not? There's no one else here. I won't tell if you won't.
That's so? I'm not sure your intentions are pure. Maybe if I knew you were a true fan of Deborah Sinclair.
Oh, but I am. I told you I'm a longtime member of Sinclair Chronicles Society. You know, the old SCS.
Uh-huh. Then I guess you wouldn't mind answering a few questions about our favorite author. Now, would ya?
Of course not. That would be easy peasy for an avid fan like me.
I'm glad. Let me just dig out this old beaut for you then. Behold, the official SSS membership application form.
A written quiz? Are you fucking serious?
You chicken? Yeah, I figured you were just a poser.
Oh, shut up and give me that thing.
There you are. Let me know when you're ready to hand it in.
Yeah. I don't want to ask him about that. That's a nice flower pot over there.
Oh, yes. Deborah adored those.
I'll let you get back to your reading.
Don't be a stranger.
I guess I need to read up on Deborah. There's probably some useful information at the library. People have come by to pay their respects to Deborah. It's got a lock on it. Guess Deborah didn't want people snooping through her mail. My expert lock-picking set.
Hey, what the heck do you think you're doing?
I just removed some cobwebs. Surely we want Deb's mailbox to look presentable.
Oh, God. You got the spider, though, right? It's dead?
Sure. I squished it good.
Whew.
Chirp-free. Must be lacking tenants at the moment. Fuel for a heater or fireplace. That little supply won't last long in the winter, but this place probably isn't set up for year-round occupancy. Those must create some cozy ambiance at night. A healthy lavender plant. Smells nice. one more thing.
Yes?
Can I pick your brain about Deborah Sinclair again?
Sure. What are you curious about?
What do you know about Deborah's private life?
She had quite an interesting life. Adopted as a child, and her adoptive father, Sebastian Willis Sinclair, was an accomplished author in his own right. Deborah's birth mother was a young homeless woman, and her father was a Native American. Perhaps in some part. She was, if you...
Ah. Thanks.
Very well.
A bunch of magazines. What am I even trying to do? Here, I finished your stupid quiz.
Close, but no cigar. You've got one error in here. You're on the right track with the pen name, but that's not quite correct.
One more thing.
Yes?
Can I?
Sure. Oh, yeah,
I can imagine.
correct.
Yeah, I figured. What do you know about Deborah's private life?
She had quite an interesting life. Adopted as a child, and her adoptive father, Sebastian Willis Sinclair, was an accomplished author in his own right. Deborah's birth mother was a young homeless woman, and her father was a Native American. Deborah spent much of her life trying to track down her biological father, unsuccessfully. Perhaps in some part due to her roots, Deborah's books have often contained subject matter inspired by Native American religion. She was childless and unmarried when she passed away. Rumors say she was gay, but God knows tabloids are quick to jump to conclusions. I don't think she ever clarified that matter to the public. If you are curious to learn more, I would highly recommend her acclaimed autobiography, Unbound.
Oh, I might check that out. Thanks for the information. Thanks.
Very well.
Well, those poor things are beyond help. A missing cat, roommate wanted, junk for sale. Oh, and a Rachel complaining about neighbors blasting satanic death cult metal music. I gotta meet this neighbor and maybe bring my boombox for good measure. Eric Holloway. Standard issue forensic seal. If somebody unauthorized is caught breaking this, they're going to jail. Notes left from friends and family. Nothing in particular stands out. Nothing but overdue bills. I don't think that's worth tampering with. Eric's apartment under lock and seal. Rachel Wang. Standard issue mail slot. I have the same type back at the office. Hooked on Jesus, huh? Guess they'd get along with Eileen. I always wanted to get a chance to use one of those things. Make a real mess somewhere. The next-door neighbor of Eric. No reason to bother them unless I have reason to believe they knew Eric well. Pretty tasteless if it wasn't here before the murder. I think I'll save my climbing quota for later. Frag. Boy, this person gets around. I've seen their work all over town. God, I wish my apartment building had working AC. Been nagging my landlord for months about it. Tons of spent candles. After dark, this little shrine must have looked quite nice under candlelight. It's the cheap scrying mirror that Meadow gave me. The mirror surface consists of painted glass. It's all generic condolences, except this note here. I miss you. It should have been us. May God watch over you. R.W. Oh, that must be Rachel Wang downstairs. I should go have a chat with her. All dried up. No surprise, it's been months since the murder. Hello, Eric. Sorry you had to die like this.
Who is it?
Hey, I just want to talk about Eric. I'm a private investigator.
No more detectives. Please, go away.
Well, that went well. I guess she doesn't trust people in my line of work. It's Eileen's business. There's a Hey, it's Rachel, right? I dropped my card in your mailbox. I just want to talk.
You're a Christian reporter? What do you want?
Only to talk to you about Eric. It's for a story, a respectful one.
Oh, I suppose that would be all right.
I'm glad. Could you open the door? It's hard for me to hear you out here.
Did you wash your hands? I can't risk getting any germs in here.
Of course. Can I come in?
No, I prefer it like this. I have a weak immune system.
Sure, no problem.
Okay. Ask your questions then.
So, let's talk about Eric.
All right. What do you want to know?
What was Eric like as a person?
Oh, he was just such a kind, loving man. Not a bad bone in his body. He had so much going for him. But then bad things happened, sending him down a dark path.
What bad things?
Sarah, the girl he was planning to marry, she killed herself.
Oh, damn. How did he cope with that?
He became depressed. I did my best to help. Tried so hard to be his friend and bring Jesus into his life, but he wouldn't let me.
I see. What happened next?
He started doing drugs. He was out of it on more than one occasion, acting all confused out in the hallway. One time, he was so messed up, I had to help him to his bed. I saw lots of paraphernalia.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Well, then there was all the women, of course. All those filthy harlots and temptresses. They just couldn't leave him alone.
What kind of relationship did you have with Eric?
I loved Eric. I truly did, with all my heart.
But it wasn't reciprocated?
I know it was, deep down. He just couldn't find a way to convey it. I'm sure he would have realized that one day we were meant to be together, if it wasn't for all those despicable floozies.
What can you tell me about Eric's murder?
I wish I had something to share about that horrible day, but I was out like a light after taking something to help me sleep. If I'd had been awake, maybe I could have done something.
It wasn't your fault, Rachel. When did you first learn about Eric's death?
The morning after. I didn't see his body, which I'm grateful for. I did witness the blood, though, which was horrific enough.
I can imagine. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary during the days before the murder?
No, nothing. Eric and I hadn't spoken for a while.
Was Eric seeing a lot of women when he died?
Too many to count. They kept dragging him back into sin. I prayed and I prayed, but they kept on coming. It didn't end until one of those Jezebels killed him. I know it in my heart. That's what happened.
Did any of the women stick out in some way? Maybe one of them acted suspicious?
Not that I can remember. I'd have to check my... no.
You'd have to check your... what? Your diary?
I misspoke. Don't mind me. I get confused sometimes.
What do you know about the Soothsayer?
Only that he's an irredeemable demon. I have faith that when his time comes, God will judge him harshly for all the misery he has caused.
Do you know Deborah Sinclair, the author?
I've heard her name, but I'm not much of a reader.
What do you know about Jane Doe, the fourth Soothsayer victim?
I heard she was burned alive. I can't imagine the pain.
What do you know about Benedict Townsend, the deacon killed by the Soothsayer?
I know that he was a prominent figure in charity work all around Cassidy. My pastor even held a sermon in his memory.
What do you know about scrying mirrors?
Foul implements, used for witchcraft and black magic. You should steer clear of them.
Are you familiar with the King of Kings Catholic Church?
I've heard of it, but I belong to a different church.
What do you know about Rose Taylor, the first Soothsayer victim?
Not much. I just know that the police think that she was stabbed to death by the same person that murdered Eric.
Do you know the Azure Sky Motel?
That's where the first victim of the Soothsayer was staying. I don't know much else than that, though.
Have you ever heard of a drug called pyre?
Goodness, no. I want nothing to do with drugs.
Do you know who Hannah Verdew is?
No, I haven't heard that name before.
Have you heard of the Club of Hearts?
I haven't. Never been there.
What can you tell me about yourself, Rachel?
Well, My family is Korean. We belong to a Methodist church. As for me personally, I guess I'm not that interesting. I don't go out much.
Due to your immune system?
Yes, not that any of the doctors believe me. Agents of Satan.
Uh-huh. What do you do to support yourself, then?
I've been between jobs for a while now. I get help from my family in the church.
I don't want to show. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to show that. I don't want to. I don't want to show. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to. What do you know about scrying mirror?
Foul implement.
I don't want to show that. I don't want to ask. I've noticed quite a few tokens of remembrance around. It seems Eric will be missed.
You don't know the half of it. This place is nothing but a hollow shell without him.
I don't want to ask her about that. I don't want to ask. I don't want to ask her. I can see that no one has moved into Eric's apartment yet.
Not yet. No. The police haven't allowed it.
That's all my questions. Thanks.
You're welcome. Bye now, and God bless you.
Yeah. You too. Poor girl, this Rachel. She seems to have quite a few issues. I'm not sure how reliable her information on Eric is. In any case, I think I'm done here for today. Here, I finished your stupid quiz.
I'll be damned.
Told ya. Now are we gonna crack this mailbox or not?
All right, go ahead. I'll keep a lookout. You better share your findings, though.
Yeah. Ugh, nothing but a stupid brochure inside. What a letdown. These are the local rangers, huh? Probably not worth trying to question any of them right now. They're as likely to be tight-lipped about Deborah as the cops. I'll keep the brochure, though. Might be relevant later. Shoot, the cops didn't leave the door open. Just my luck, huh? Ugh, just as I feared. An old cabin like this doesn't have a tumbler lock. Maybe Randy has some idea on how to get this open? Hey, Randy?
Yep.
So it would be pretty interesting to have a look inside the cabin, huh?
Oh, I have definitely.
So why not?
Well, a spare key could be around here somewhere.
Yeah, any idea of where Debbie could have put it?
You know, this makes me think of Thorns of the Wild. When Johnny was trying to enter Miss Goodman's house, the key wasn't just put in a flower pot, it was buried in the dirt.
Well, it can't hurt to try. I'll let you get back to your reading.
Don't be a stranger.
Moment of truth. Score. Nothing out of the ordinary except the obvious lack of kitchen knives. Guess the cops followed procedure on that one. Just some old, dusty decorations. I suppose the police didn't want to bother with bagging all of that. I can see marks in the dust on the lower shelf, so the police probably took some items from here. Even a die-hard city gal like me can't deny that view. If that was Deborah's, it would have been taken, so I guess one of Cassidy's finest had a severe case of the munchies. Way too clean of a workspace. The cops must have taken everything. Looks like forensics left a little pile of fingerprint powder here. All right, I've got plenty of powder on the brush now. An author with a book collection. What a shocker. Nice little fireplace. This cabin might be quite cozy if it wasn't for the, bloodbath. I can't even see my reflection. The mirror is all smudged with fingerprint powder. Not a bad idea, but it doesn't look like the powder caught any prints. I can see tea stains from 2 cups on this table. Did Deborah have a drink with her killer? No point. The cops did that already, guaranteed. Holy shit. I feel for you, Deborah. She was clearly stabbed when sitting here. The killer must have been showered in blood. In a remote place like this, I guess they had plenty of time to clean up and escape. I don't want to waste film on that. There's something shiny stuck here between the floorboards. Gah. Can't pry it with my bare fingers. No, that won't do it. It's stuck good. What? Not the worst idea, but this isn't quite thin enough to fit in the crack. Whoa, it's an obsidian shard. This must be from the mirror left at the murder scene. Wow, there's an actual print. All right, gotta be careful. There we go, nice clean print. I'll grab the shard too.
Oh, good day, officer.
Mr. Mulkins, the forensic seals have been broken. Are you responsible?
Me? Of course not. Look at me. Do you think I could even manage those stairs?
I will investigate. Don't go anywhere.
As if I'd get far. This thing ain't got a rocket engine strapped on the back, you know?
Ever the quipster, Mr. Mulkins.
Shit! I can't let him come in here and find me.
Hey! Hold it right there!
That won't help me hide. Not enough space to hide under there.
Hey! Hold it right there!
That won't help me hide. That won't help me hide. That won't help. That won't help me. That won't help me. No way, he's right there. If anything, I should try and keep him out.
Hey! Hold it right there!
Phew, that was close. Better lock this up.
Close one, huh, Kathy?
Sure was. Thanks for the assist, Randy. You're the man.
Ah, shucks. Couldn't let a fellow fan get in trouble.
Hey, Randy?
Yep.
I don't want to Deborah's mailbox only had this stupid thing in it. Womp womp.
Oh, yeah. That's a bummer. They probably put those in every mailbox in these parts.
I don't need to ask. No need to talk to him again about... I'll let you get back to your reading.
Don't be a stranger.
The King of Kings Catholic Church, established 1904. Rows and rows of buried folks. Makes me think of Grandma. I'm glad I got a chance to reconnect with her a few years ago. This place is smack dab in the middle of the city, huh? Not sure what that building is, but it looks related to the church. Not a fan of mausoleums. Some bad shit went down last time I hung out in one of those. Looks like someone is having engine trouble. Hey there. How's it going?
No time to chat, young lady. I gotta get this old bird up and running. You'll have to come back later.
Engine trouble? Can I help?
Maybe so. As long as you aren't a complete dimwit. See that toolbox?
Yeah, what about it?
It's real simple. I'll ask you for tools. You hand them over, one by one.
No problem. Sounds easy enough.
Good. Just don't hand me the wrong thing. That would be an abject disaster.
I think I can handle it. I happen to know a thing or two about engines.
That's so. It should be smooth sailing then. Let me know when you're ready.
All right, I'm ready. What do you need?
Hand over the medium-sized wrench, will ya? Not the rusty one. All right, now something to cut a wire and check the voltage.
I don't think that's the right number of tools.
Okay, that part is handled. Give me the regular pliers and then the big Phillips screwdriver. Now I need the key set, the mini wrench, and the other big screwdriver, not the one you gave me before. For heaven's sake. Son of a gun, that made me lose my train of thought. We'll have to start this task all over again.
Well, isn't that just great?
Give me the regular pliers and then the big Phillips screwdriver. Now I need the key set, the mini wrench, and the other big screwdriver, not the one you gave me before. That's finished. What's next? Hand over the rusty wrench. Something to bash with. And the small flat screwdriver, will you? I got a 6-inch bolt here, a real oily little thing. First, I need something to clean it with, and then a tool to grip it properly. Hand me the other type of screwdriver. Same size as the last one you gave me. Also, I need a wrench 2 sizes smaller than the last fixed-size wrench.
Can you repeat that?
Let's have the other screwdriver. Same size, and drop a couple of inches from the last fixed-size wrench you gave me.
Can you repeat that?
Let's have the other screwdriver. Same size, and... I think that did it. Hit the ignition, lass.
Okay, hang on.
Praise the Lord.
I prefer to go by Kathy, but thanks.
I didn't quite catch that, young lady.
Oh, never mind. Now I think I've deserved a little chat. You're Reverend Winters, right?
Indeed. Hugh Winters at your service. And who might you be?
The name is Rain, Kathy Rain. I'm a private investigator.
Oh, I see. Another one. Very well, ask your questions then.
Can you tell me about Deacon Townsend? What was he like as a person?
I can, if you call him Ben. That's what he always preferred.
Oh, sure, I will. What was Ben like?
I'm glad you asked, because these days most people know him as Ben, the murder victim. Isn't it a tragedy how a man's life's work can be so utterly overshadowed by his final moments?
Tragic indeed. Perhaps you can help me get a more nuanced view?
I'll try. Ben was a good man, a good Christian, and he always managed to stay optimistic despite leading quite a difficult life.
Difficult how?
I shouldn't say. He wouldn't want me to share all of his secrets. But trust me, he carried great pain.
Fair enough. Did he have any immediate family?
No, and he never married. He had distant relatives out of state, but as far as I know, they were estranged.
Okay. Next of kin?
Never came into play. He had a written will and left everything to charity.
Got it. Thanks. So, the reason I really came here was to ask about the Soothsayer.
Very well, go ahead.
Were you the one who found Ben at the scene?
Yes, I was. In the rectory. Right here behind us.
Do you mind if I have a look inside?
Yes, I mind. It's my home. But the police already ransacked the place, and we had the whole room refurbished for the reconsecration.
I understand. Can you walk me through what happened that night, then?
Well, I came back late, after traveling. The front door was unlocked, which is unusual, but not overly alarming. I entered and kept quiet in case Ben was asleep, but it didn't take long for me to notice that his bedroom door was wide open. That's when my eye caught the shadow of his hanging body. I ran up to the doorway and saw him on full display, and, well, I froze from shock. It was immediately clear that there was nothing I could do. He wasn't moving. He wasn't making a sound, and his face was blue. The world didn't make sense until I got my bearings. Took a small step and heard the cracks of broken glass under my shoe. I saw the mirror shards and I realized that he didn't do that to himself. Someone must have done it to him. I carefully backed out of the room, called the emergency services, and they arrived shortly thereafter.
Did you notice any other relevant details in the room?
No, like I said, I was in shock. My friend was dead, murdered. I needed to get the authorities there, and I had to go pray.
Understandable. Who do you think did this to Ben?
I don't know. But he had plans to meet someone that night. A lost soul, he said. I never inquired in detail, saw no need to ask more. Now I obviously wish I had.
Did Ben keep records of his meetings?
He did, but none were found, so I can only assume that the killer disposed of them.
Sounds likely. Was there anyone that he was seeing like this regularly?
I'm sure. I wouldn't know any specifics. I haven't been involved in that work lately.
I see. Thanks. What do you know about Deborah Sinclair?
Except for Ben, I don't know much about any of these murder victims.
What do you know about scrying mirrors?
Well, they're pagan instruments used for millennia. It would seem to me they have some ritualistic purpose for the Soothsayer.
What makes you say that? Couldn't they just be a signature or a decoy even?
No, I was there. That room, it was a place of sacrifice. The view of my departed friend was a monstrous display. I shall never forget it.
Care to tell me about your church?
Well, the King of Kings is a Catholic church with roots nearly as old as the city itself. These days, we're a fairly small congregation, around 200 active parishioners.
I see. So how long have you been a priest here?
Coming up on 30 years now.
Oh, wow, that's a long time.
I suppose so, yes. But I've been nothing but content here, until the murder, that is. Things will never be the same.
Yeah, I can imagine. Do you know the Azure Sky Motel?
Never heard of it.
Have you ever heard of a drug called pyre?
I haven't, no. Why would you ask that?
Drug tests have shown that the Soothsayer victims had pyre in their bloodstream when they were killed.
That's preposterous. Ben wouldn't go near anything like that. He didn't even drink coffee.
Covertly drugged then, maybe? Or coerced?
Something along those lines. The Ben I knew would never voluntarily abuse narcotics.
Do you know who Hannah Verdew is?
I don't know.
Do you know the Club of Hearts?
It may come as a shock to you, but I'm not the clubbing type.
Does the name Rachel Wang mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not, my child.
I don't want to show. I don't want. 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 What do you know about?
Well, they're.
What makes you say that?
No, I was.
I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to ask. Care to tell me about your church?
Well, the King of Kings is a Catholic church. These days.
I see.
Come here.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I don't want to ask. Forgive my ignorance, but what is a rectory exactly?
A rectory houses the living quarters for the serving pastor. Me, that is. And it also contains office space and guest rooms for other important members of the congregation.
You've got quite a nice plot here in the middle of the city.
I suppose so, yes. It wasn't that special when the church was founded, but the city grew quite quickly around it when the mining in this area took off.
I don't want to ask. I'm glad we managed to resuscitate your old bird, even though I rarely tinker with anything that has more than 2 wheels.
Heh, biker, born and bred, are ya? I used to drive a Zenkai in my younger days.
Oh, no shit. That's neat. I don't want to ask him about that. I don't want to ask him about that. All right, that's all. I'll let you get back to the repairs.
Very well. Take care, young lady.
All right, looks like that's all I'll be able to learn about the deacon here today. It's getting late. I better get back to the office so I don't end up missing Josh.
Hey, gorgeous.
Oh, hey, Josh. Come on in. How are you, bud? Everything going okay over at the precinct?
I guess. Things are tense. The higher-ups are breathing down our necks with all this Soothsayer bullshit.
Yeah, I can imagine. But don't you worry. I'm gonna get the Soothsayer out of your hair.
That so? You know something we don't?
Maybe. Let's start with a few questions.
This should be good.
So, the Soothsayer. Got any juicy inside info to share?
I wish, but the press is all caught up with me now. I'm not part of the task force, so...
Ah, they're keeping things compartmentalized?
To the extreme. After the press leaks, they put a big lid on the case. Everything's handled on a need-to-know basis.
I see. The feds still aren't involved, though, are they?
Nah, not last I heard. The chief fought tooth and nail for that.
What do you know about Deborah Sinclair?
Like I said, I'm out of the loop on the Soothsayer. I can't give any details on that.
What do you know about scrying mirrors?
Not much. I didn't even know they existed before they popped up in relation to the killings.
Are you familiar with the King of Kings Catholic Church?
Not really. I just know it was where one of those murders took place.
Are you familiar with the Azure Sky Motel?
I am, but only in the context of the Soothsayer case. I'm sure you know those details already.
Do you know who Hannah Verdew is?
Sure. Rich socialite with ties to organized crime. She's been on our radar for a while now.
Interesting. Can you elaborate?
I've already said too much.
Do you know the Club of Hearts?
Yeah, I'm aware of it. Never seen the place myself, though.
I don't want to ask him about that. So, you're in the drug unit. You must have heard of Pyre.
Yeah, that's an odd one. Novel narcotic, highly hallucinogenic.
What is Pyre exactly?
It's a new product, so we don't have a chemical breakdown yet. But early analysis suggests a synthetic compound. It's usually encapsulated in pills, but supposedly some injected too.
What do you know about the origins of Pyre?
Less than I'd like. We suspect it's locally made, but that's just our working theory based on the territory we found it in.
And what territory is that?
Within the city limits and surrounding areas.
Do you have any leads on the Pyre dealers?
Nope, and not for lack of trying. These fuckers are friggin' Houdinis. Every meth head has a story about them stranger than the next. Alien abductions, government experiments, you name it.
Huh. What do you think the deal is, personally?
My gut feeling is that this is a new actor on the scene, and they're being real careful not to rustle any feathers.
Whose feathers? Rival gangs?
Yep. My informants tell me that there are some bad people out for blood. They don't like competition.
Interesting. Someone told me that Pyre was handed out for free. Is there any truth to that?
Yeah, I've heard similar stories. I wouldn't read too much into it, though. Things like that are common business tactics in these circles.
What about Pyre being connected to the Soothsayer killings?
That's news to me, but they have seniors from narcotics on the task force, so it's possible they're looking at that angle. Still got—
Don't listen to him, Judy. You're the best girl. Oh, yes, you are.
Weirdo. You got your license, right? Get yourself a proper gun.
Huh, I'm a PI. I tend to prefer my bad guys to stay alive. They're more talkative that way.
You might change your tune if you get face to face with the Soothsayer.
Yeah, I guess I might.
Still keeping that in your pocket, huh? Didn't you quit smoking?
I did. Never quit burning things, though. That's a habit too hard to kick.
Uh-oh. I'll pretend I never saw those.
Hey, there's nothing illegal about possessing lockpicks. I'd never break the law. You know that.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to show that to him. I don't want to show that to him. I don't want to show that to him.
Those aren't your usual colors, are they?
Yeah, normally I wouldn't be caught dead wearing something like this.
Cute photo. What's the story?
Too silly to say out loud. Let's just say it's me going above and beyond for a case. What do you know about—
Not much.
I don't want to show that to him. I need to ask you a favor. I've got this print that I need to run.
Oh, yeah? This have something to do with the Soothsayer?
The less you know, the better, I think.
Huh. Sounds like a risky proposition. What's in it for me?
Well, this girl would be very, very grateful.
That's so? Well, if you put it that way.
Great. Here it is.
Okay. No guarantees, though. And it'll take time. Like I said, things are tense at the station right now.
I have faith in you, Josh. I could, but I think I'd rather keep that to myself for the time being. It's the one clue advantage I have over the cops right now. We're both still stuck in this godforsaken city, huh?
Don't be such a negative Nancy. Where else would you be?
Oh, the day I can answer that question, I'm gone.
I'll believe it when I see it. Damn, you've got a few thick tomes over there. Sleep-inducing reference books?
Yeah, something like that. A friend of mine actually did a great job setting it up for me.
That's cool. We've got a bunch at the precinct too. Not that anyone ever uses them.
I don't want to ask him about that. I really need another job like the Whitmore affair.
That case was a pretty big deal, huh?
It single-handedly got my business off the ground. But nothing good lasts forever.
Busy board over there. Plenty of work, it looks like.
Ugh, I wish. Just outdated casework. Can't bring myself to take them down.
Ah, that's a shame. It'll turn around. Things always do.
Sometimes I regret becoming a PI.
So, quit. Do something else? Who is holding a gun to your head?
Huh. You're such a guy, you know that? I don't want to ask him about that.
Where's that furry malice of yours?
Why? You scared, Josh?
In general, nope. But that cat of yours is something else.
Thanks for stopping by. I have some other things I need to deal with now.
Already? Aren't you a busy bee? Nightcap before I go?
Oh, I wish, but one drink turns into multiple, and you know, this gal ain't got no time for that.
You're no fun. Well, later, babe.
See ya. Okay, that's sorted. It might be worthwhile to head over to Lucas. Maybe he's had more luck with some of the clues that led nowhere for me. I should talk to Lucas and see if we can find some information to trade. Nah, I'll let her sleep.